Welcome to episode 165 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome our various issues and obstacles that life throws our way, like being sick, when all the mucus in your whole body just like forms into one brain, and it's like, haha, we are the entire form of you. We have all your thoughts, and then it just makes its way out. It's like, now we don't like this guy anymore. Let's like forget this guy. Everybody out, abort mission, and it just come out of your face. I feel like my entire brain is trying to escape. It's like a mass exodus of thoughts, but it's all coming through my nose. So it's like it's shower thoughts, but for my face. Like it's been crazy over here.
It's called a clear shower, and it's not nearly as fun or impressive as a golden. Not that I want clear showers. Is what I'm saying. I'm in a hole.
You started talking like, here's the thing. I'm sitting here talking about gross stuff, and you're like, you know what I could do? Let's one up this. Let's make this like
this is what that was my plan. It's like, you know what? I don't want anyone to look at Anthony and be like, oh, he's sick. Oh, let's look. No, Steven likes golden showers. I'm just gonna drop that bomb. Is it true?
Is it true? Nobody knows. You'll find out soon. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. We're going to get to it. I mean, maybe there'll be a link below. There won't be, because I am not feeling great. Oh, man. So, yeah. So every week we get together and we talk about making comics and the various distractions and issues that we have along the way. This week, Steven, it's going to be a short episode because I feel like heck, Steven. I feel like heck. I feel like I feel like it's been just the culmination of this past couple of months. I've been kind of running myself ragged. I'm kind of I'm taking my candle, I'm burning it at both ends, and then I'm also packing C4 around it and blowing it up.
You're burning it at both ends, and you're taking the wax and just reforming the candle and burning it again, baby. It's got no scent left, but you know what? We conserve our candle wax in this house, okay?
It's like one of those pencils that just it keeps going up, but you never want to get rid of it. You're like, I'm going to use this pencil until eraser.
It's like grinding metal when it's going in.
There is no candle left. There hasn't been a candle in a long time. Everyone's just like, I've been burning this wick. People are like, it's a fuse. Stop it. I'm like, and it all exploded from my face is what happened.
You're an Encanto candle, just hoping Bruno's right. Come on, let this thing die. Let this thing burn.
Oh man, it's
extinguish.
But I've been kind of running myself crazy, and then there was the drama of online nonsense, and then all of that, just anxiety, and then it was just my son got sick and I got sick, and then I was feeling better, and then I'm getting sick again. It's just crazy, dude. It's just been a crazy couple of months, and I need a freaking break. But we've been doing this for freaking over 2 years now, right? And we have never missed a day. I'm not going to miss because my nose is red. So we're gonna give a quick update. We're gonna talk about what we're doing a little bit. Steven, before we ruin this episode, tell us. I know you watched the movie tonight. I want to hear a little bit about your opinion of this movie. So this is called Steven finally watched the movie.
He at the same time as my best friend, so we can actually talk about something while it's relevant, and not just months later after he watches it. But really, it's only because it was on demand as also as being in theaters, so he was actually kind of able to watch it too.
Steven watched the movie.
Cambria suggested, which I was like, you know what? It's 6:00. Dinner is in our bellies. You want to watch this? And she's like, yeah. My friends at school are talking about it, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
So yeah,
they watch Cannibal Holocaust. They watch.
We watched Terrifier 2.
It was Terrifier 2. So as a family, we sat down, we got the kettle corn going. And
we made sure that Jesus was watching with us, and we watched Terrifier
2. No, so this week, so just like many other people, everyone else in the entire world, Stephen and I, we with our families, my son didn't watch it for reasons, but Stephen, we watch the 5 Nights at Freddy's movie. Tell me all of your thoughts while I sit here and suffer.
So I think if Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson were not in that movie, it would have been extremely weak. I was like thinking about, because like usually I just kind of like let things be when in movies, but
Yeah.
some of the it was either the writing or just the actors delivering the lines, but some of it like it really did, like you got taken out of it. But I have to say that like even though he had some bad lines, Josh Hutcherson made me believe that he was the brother. I mean, like I vibed his character, but as someone who didn't play the video games, it was like it definitely felt like what it was supposed to be. I think to some extent, like a preteen horror movie.
Yeah, so I've played, without exaggeration, every Five Nights at Freddy's game imaginable. So I have played like all of the legitimate games. I've played like the peripheral games. I have played like Steven, I've played like all the fan games. I've played the Roblox games. Like my son felt real hard into the Five Nights at Freddy's like world and lore and all that stuff. So like my whole life, like I like my whole life has been consumed by that stuff. I made a Five Nights at Freddy's birthday cake for him, and like like it's just like so I don't know, like I know all about this stuff, and I was like, all right, I'm interested to see, what they're going to do with this, like tonally, because like it's one of those things, it's one of those properties, right? Where if you play the game, like if you just play like the first few games, right? It seems like okay, they're animatronics, they're trying to kill a security guard. That's like in the first few games, that's what you got, like that's you try to survive. If you don't survive, they go, ah! And it's like kind of creepy, you get jump scared. So you'd imagine, right? Like with only that information, you're like, okay, well, the movies has to be. It's a security guard. There can be these terrifying, but like animatronics and such. But then, like when you play when you continue to play the games and you learn more about the story, that's what it made me think. Like, how are they going to juggle this tone? How is it going to make sense in one movie? Like how are they going to get to it? Because you have these killer, terrifying animatronics, but at some point you have to reveal that they are victimized children and not necessarily the villains. And how are you going to be able to like juggle that tone in one movie? Are they going to do that, or are they going to, like how are they going to justify that for the audience in a reasonable way? And like I was really curious. I didn't know what they were going to do, what the plan was, but I was expecting it to be a little creepy and a little fun. I felt like they didn't linger long enough on the puppets being creepy or really justify why the kids were doing that as well. I obviously they were under the control of a person. I don't know. I don't want to spoil, the story, but like to an extent they're under the control, but like it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't feel very explained throughout the movie. It was like, why are the puppets killing security guards? I like, or why are the animatronics killing security guards if they are children? Like it's all very weird in the story in the first movie. So I'm just like, I don't know. It was tonally kind of weird. And then like the little girl comes in, and spoiler alert all around, she befriends these like animatronics so fast. Like they
which I have to say, one thing that was pretty I guess different or fun in that movie was that like there really was like this sudden complete tone shift with like the big bad not being scary anymore, and like everything seems okay. Granted, you knew this was like act 2 or 3 of the movie, right? So you knew that there was gonna be something else that's gonna happen that's fishy. But like it was like I thought that was a pretty weird and fun, but also kind of cool in its own way, tone shift,
Yeah, so I think that was my problem. So the movie is such a weird mixed bag for me because first of all, the animatronics look amazing. They look so cool and like
identical to the game.
Yeah, it's identical. And I love it because it is this weird uncanny valley of like there's no way to make them really scary. I mean, for me as looking at an adult, I'm not saying like for anyone, like for younger kids and stuff, maybe they see them like, that's creepy. You're like creepy enough to be scary. For me, I'm like, okay, you can't really make it scary, but you can make it look close enough to the game to be cool, and I like, fun. And I kind of got that. I got that feeling from it because like the puppets, like not puppets, but like the costuming was really cool. And the fact that there were people in costumes for the most part, aside from Foxy, it was really cool. It was a really like nice touch. So I really like that. There are little things about the movie that like I did enjoy. I felt like it's probably easy. Like, and I like hearing that from you, and I've heard that from a couple other people where people, where people are saying they enjoyed the tone, they enjoyed like some of the, like the fun stuff like that. I kind of wanted to see them try to make the animatronics creepier for a little while longer.
Yeah, they mostly just like the creepiest they did. I know what you're talking about because I haven't played them extensively, but of course, like especially when Five Nights at Freddy's was like really popular, like of course I booted it up because I was playing WoW at the time, like, and my brother was playing that, and I'm like, oh, what's this game about? And I noped out of it immediately because I'm not into stuff like that. Yeah. But they did pretty like they did like the whole Foxy jump scare thing, and then like. But they really didn't do like the mood controlling, like what's behind the wall. Like they did, but it was always like instantly happened. Like there wasn't a lot of buildup. There wasn't the Evil Dead break through the wall situation, like where it's
you
like
didn't really get. I mean, I didn't feel like the jump scare shock throughout the movie at all. Like I never got the like thing. And
because like even the scene that was probably supposed to be that you knew that was going to happen, like because he's at the end and they're not going to have him slowly dramatic walk down the entire length of the hallway, But
so dude, it's just one of those funny things where it's like, I don't know. The movie's fun. I'm glad there are people who are enjoying it. A lot of fans are enjoying it. It's like I think it's a lot of people who are finally seeing their thing that they love thrown up on screen in some way, which I totally can.
This is their Avengers, baby. Like this is like like
that's something I can relate to. That so hard. Like first time, okay, you think Mortal Kombat's a really good movie or Mortal Kombat Annihilation? No, but the first time we saw those movies as a kid, best movie I've ever seen in my life. Oh dude, my gosh, I will watch this every day. I freaking love it. You think my parents wanted to hear that, or anyone wanted to hear that Mortal Kombat was a good movie? No, but it was wonderful for me, and I wouldn't want anyone to take it from me in the same way. I won't take Five Nights at Freddy's from freaking anyone. I don't care like if I didn't love it or think it was the best movie. It's great. And like what I really like that they did was like they incorporated so many sounds from the game because like the game is so significantly sound driven. Like the initial games. Like once they get to like Help Wanted and stuff, and there's like more movement, like it's still sound based, still sound stuff going on, although Help Wanted, it doesn't matter. Like you have the night rooms and like the different gameplay, like the features, but up until that point, there's so many like the music box and like the sound of like the doors and the sound of the power generating like on and off, like all those little sounds, like the music, like the songs that you hear, they used a lot of that in the movie. It's really cool to see it like used in that way, and it just I'm sure that meant a lot to a lot of people, and it was really cool.
And then they had, I think it was Matt Pat from Game Theory was the server, which I thought was cool because I used to watch his videos on like Zelda Game Theory and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I know that reference. I mean, I don't know his Five Nights at
Freddy's connection.
Yeah. I don't know his direct connection to that game was, but I'm sure he had plenty of videos about it because he literally tells you the lore of every video game. So it makes sense that he would probably have had lore videos on that.
And it's the story. It's a story that's like was propped up by the like YouTube community in such a way that like it was just kept alive and then like made to thrive because of them. So and then they gave back, with the movie by giving cameos and like all this stuff. It's really cool. So I like that. If you haven't seen it, check it out and let us know what you think. I don't know. Like I have mixed feelings about it in general, but like I also kind of just love that people are loving it, and I think it's cool because it means that they're going to make more. I read that Matthew Lillard signed on for 3 movies, which is really
cool. That's cool because, like I said, he was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, sure, dude, he did such a great.
And I knew that going in, he was going to be, one of them. But Josh Hutcherson, like I said, he like his acting was like I said, it felt like some of the writing was weak, but of course it's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like I'm not trying to say it's like going for an Oscar or anything like that.
Yeah,
but that's cool. I hope there's more because I like Cambria ended up being like terrified of it by the she got scared at the like she saw like all the creepy stuff, and then when it became like like in horror movies how it's like, all right, there's this mysterious thing that's killing us. It gets a few people. It's kind of scary how it kills things, and then all of a sudden there's that sequence like towards the end of the movie where we know what the monster is. We're going to go fight the monster.
Yeah.
That's the part she decides to get scared over. And it's like, this is the action part. This is where, like, you know, stuff's going to go down and the good guy's going to start winning a little bit. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Like, wait, they're going to go after it?
No. Yeah. It's like, what?
I sense the danger now because I wouldn't do that. Crazy.
Yeah. But it's like, you do, like, I don't know. I guess if you want, like, of course, I knew what was going to happen in a kid's horror movie at that stage of the game, you know, like, you know, but anyways, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad to hear that, like, she had some scares going on there. Like, it's funny, like, what empathetic heartstrings will be pulled, you know, during movies for different people at different, like, places in their life, you know. I mean, I'm sure you felt that too, where it's like once you have kids and then you start, like, some movies get you differently at different times and you're like, oh yeah, I now identify with a different character here and this is weird. This is strange. I'm watching the same movie and I am not that guy anymore. I am that guy.
Yeah, it's very weird. But it's cool to, like, see Atlas. So, like, Atlas was really interested in watching the movie. And then I don't know what it was. I don't know if he's afraid to watch it, if, like, he's nervous about it. Because we watch scary stuff sometimes. Like, we've been watching the Treehouse of Horror episodes from The Simpsons all month. But for some reason, he went from, like, being really excited to watch it, like, really excited to watch it, to, like, just not interested. And I was like, I wonder why. I don't know. I think maybe something got to him where he got scared, but he doesn't want to admit to it.
He's like playing cool guys, like, no, I'm not really into it.
Yeah, so that's kind of what he's doing
as he's playing with his Five Nights at Freddy's.
And that's what he does. And like, not only that, like, he plays all the games. We play pretend all the time, and he likes being, actually, that's what he's going to be for Halloween, is a character from Five Nights at Freddy's. He's going to be Glitch Trap from Help Wanted, which is like the glitchy rabbit antagonist, which is, like, murdery and, like, has hypnotic eyes. It's cool. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason he just hasn't wanted to watch it yet. I'm not gonna push him, but, like, it's interesting because I'm like, after
the games would probably be scarier than watching a movie.
I was good. That's what I tried.
Like I said, I got creeped out playing, like, the first one, like, just because they obviously didn't have as much of a budget. It's an early game, and it was definitely, like, living off of the random camera flicks and things like that. But it was way spookier than the actual movie. Oh, definitely, dude, definitely. And he's played all of that, which is so weird. Like, he plays all of the creepy stuff, but I think maybe that's what's in his head, is like, it's like the thing in the dark is scarier than it is when you put the light on. You know, it's like the unknown about it. You know, no matter how much I try to tell him, like, oh, you know, like, actually, I watched it. There aren't that many creepy things in it. I know you'd be fine. In his head, it's like, oh gosh, if it's more realistic and that's already scary, what's that going to be like? You know? So, like, I think that's probably what he's going through. So we watched that this week, and dude, otherwise, I mean, I was feeling pretty good up until, like, 2:00 today. Like, out of nowhere, my whole face, like, just exploded, and, like, I hope it's the front. Like, I don't wish anything upon you, but there was, like, stuff coming in today, so, like, yeah, I'm just rooting for you that it's just a huge allergy season, you know, just blowing in on you, and
it very well might be, because I feel fine otherwise. I could, like, all of my not feeling great is in my face, you know, just like, I just, it's all of the, you know, just everything that comes with not being able to breathe properly, you know, and, like, having, like, all of the pressure right here. It's just, like, oh, it's the worst. Frustrating, dude. So, like, I'm going to try, like, my plan was, you know, tomorrow, I have off tomorrow and Wednesday. My plan is to completely finalize all of the dialogue in those days.
Oh, that's so freaking exciting.
Dude, I'm gonna do my best. I'm still gonna do my best because Atlas does go on Wednesday and Thursday with his mom. So I should this week be able to get all of that dialogue done. Dude, I'm so excited. Those prints that you got look
they're so good.
They're so beautiful. So
they look better than they did digitally. Like, I don't know what it is,
like, something there's, like, a richness to the colors that I'm just like, ooh, I need that on my wall. I need it, like, oh my gosh, I need more wall. But, like, it's crazy because, like, oh my god. So we're ordering the shirts. We have the posters.
So yeah, I was gonna say, well, we got posters, books.
Yep.
Shirts are ordered.
Yep. We have everything.
Good news on the standee front, which is still going to be a little time, obviously, but good news on the standee front, just to keep everyone in the loop. I had ordered only 3 standees because I didn't want to, the way the website takes the measurements and stuff, I was like, I messed this up. They're going to send me a white block and it's not going to be the character at all. So I was like, I don't know what they're going to send me because they didn't say they were going to send a digital proof. So I only ordered 3, but they sent a digital proof. And I was like, oh my God, this proof is perfect. And I like did the weird thing, which I normally never would do. But I'm just like, hey, can I make this 80 instead of 3? And they're like, absolutely. And then boom. So they actually like are going to produce all 80 now. So there's not going to be me waiting for 3, me saying, okay, this is good, me ordering 77 more. Like it's just,
they're just shipping them
it's
all
just got to
out.
ship now. It's all
so
production should be either done today or tomorrow. So then it's a shipping.
Yes. So for everyone who like backed our Deathless 2 Kickstarter, first of all, thank you. Thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry that it's taken us this long to get the books done. Obviously, you can see everything that we go through and like everything, we're doing to try to get these books out to you. The books are all done. We have all of them printed and everything. We're just waiting for these standees, like Stephen was just explaining. It's not going to take much longer. We're going to get that, and then we're going to have our whole signing party. We're going to get everything shipped off, and I can't freaking wait, dude. And then we're already like making progress in issue 3. So speaking of that, what are you gonna do this week?
I'm gonna start thumbing and roughing the early pages because they seem to be pretty set in stone. Yeah. So and even if they aren't, they're only gonna be in rough and thumb stage anyway. So sure. But I'm gonna try to thumb, and I'm gonna try to change up my process a little bit and actually try to thumb and rough like almost the whole issue.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's smart.
Or at least during this period where we're kind of in between, and like I'm at least rough as much as I can, and then once we like, all right, I'm done writing the dialogue. Okay, now I need to start finishing pages so you can flat. We'll go through that process again. Yeah. So
yeah, dude. It's funny.
I do want to push this one faster though, because it would be nice to have this one actually done by March 4th. So
yeah, dude, it really would be. If we can do that, it like just beautiful. It'd be a freaking glorious.
It'd be record time considering from all of our other projects. So
absolutely, and like I honestly, I'm committing basically to just this for a while. I'm not going to be dating or anything like that. Like if something came along, if someone like happened to stumble into the craft store while I'm working and like,
yeah, you're not going to deny fate, but you're not going to pursue it.
I'm not pursuing like the mindless scrolling, swiping or any of that nonsense. I know right now I need to be focusing on this stuff. It's really the thing that keeps me down. Like when I don't pursue it, I get upset when we're not being more productive. And I want to finish this book so bad. I want to finish Deathless so bad and move on to our next thing so bad. Yeah. And like
this really is our first foray because how many failed attempts and how many good attempts. But this is our first foray into actually writing one story for such a long period of time. And if we don't get through it, it's literally like half a decade of our life, so like we need to like push through, tell this story so we can tell other stories.
Exactly, dude. And I'm so ready, and I'm so glad people are reading and enjoying Deathless. If you haven't checked out our books, our previous book, Played Again or Deathless, they're all available. We have issuespodcast.com. You can get the physical copies or digital copies. They're all available now. Go check those out. We're going to eventually, like Steven was just saying, we're going to have a Kickstarter for issue 3 of Deathless, and all of that stuff will also be available then. But if you want to read the stuff before then, you can go check it out. Maybe you'll like it. You'll enjoy it. But yeah, dude, I'm so freaking excited for this. So this week, despite this, I'll shove tissues up my nose and I will get some dialogue done. Even if I don't get it finished, I'm going to make progress.
Awesome.
But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get it done.
You're in a good place right now, though, in terms of our process. Anyway, you're in a great place. Actually, you're fine. So yeah, I break yourself doing it.
I know we don't normally do it this way, where like I send you the descriptions of the panels and stuff, then the dialogue. I do prefer to give you the whole book so you can enjoy it and like tell me, and you always give me feedback. You're like, oh, this part was funny and this was funny, and without that, I'm like, I feel like I'm like robbing both of us of that. But once I give you the dialogue, it'll be the same thing. But I felt like this would give you like it kind of reminded me of like the old school Marvel way of making comics, where like Stan Lee would just describe like, hey, this is what needs to go on the page. Here you go over here, and then they would just like fill up the dialogue later depending on what, how it looked. Not that that's what I want to do, but I think giving you that good start for like getting it in your head of like,
at least giving me the tone of the book too, like, and the vibe of what's happening.
Exactly. And I felt like that was really important, especially with our process of going back and forth. And those early pages, like, as I'm sure you've read, like they're pretty set in stone. And I think they're mostly visual heavy anyway. Like it's not going to be a lot of dialogue. It's going to be a lot of like cool tonal stuff. But anyway, so I like our process so far, and I'm gonna get this dialogue done this week, despite this
Awesome.
crap. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited for this book. And then like December, we have a convention, so that's gonna be cool.
And Edwin and Steph are gonna come stay with me the night
Oh,
before.
really? That's
So we should
awesome.
go. So we want to make plans, maybe go grab drinks or something like that. So
Heck yeah, dude. Oh, that would be amazing. I can't wait.
mm-hmm.
I love it, dude. I will feel better by December, I promise. But all right, let's get out of here. But thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry this is a short, weird episode. Obviously, I'm not feeling great, and I hope you can, forgive me a little bit. Next week, we're going to be back. We're going to talk to our friend Lee Newman, and we're going to talk about his new book, Barbarian Queen Charybdis. And I can't freaking wait. Steven, have you read any of that Barbarian Queen Charybdis yet?
I've read the two page the
Okay.
story with the jail cell and everything, which
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Dude,
But
he's so funny and so good, and like we love Lee, and I can't wait to have him on the show again. If you haven't seen his like previous episode with us, go check that out. I'll try to post the links if I can remember, but if I don't, you find it. Search for We Have Issues, Lee Newman. It's there. I'm dying. Just forgive me, but I can't wait to talk to him. Steven, what do you want to say to the people this week?
as per usual, everybody, I greatly appreciate you supporting Anthony and I's dream.
Yes.
We love you so much. I promise you, like this just took so long because we basically had to learn how to do new things. We never really did standees, shirts, and stuff like that before, but now it's just a new skill. We learned now. This is stuff that you order.
Yeah.
Now we know. But appreciate your patience, appreciate your love and support, and thank you so much for just joining us every week and every day on Twitter.
Thank you so much. Feel free to always ask us questions below, talk to us on Twitter, tell your friends about us, and it really does help us out. But thank you for all of your support. Thank you for being here for us, and we hope you show up for the next book because we're gonna need your help. But we love you so much. Thank you. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. See you next week.
Boom.
Hello. As you can see, I have this handy dandy. This is a note app. It's brand new. It's a highly developed. It's very scientific. You wouldn't understand it. I write all of my notes on it. It's a thin. It's a, to microfibers. No, look. You see my nose. You saw how red this is. My face decided to betray me today. Just suddenly out of nowhere, I was feeling better. Actually, now that I think about it, my coworker is sick. She probably got me sick. I did shame her at work, and this might be the karma for that, but also it does justification for my shaming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't know how life works. But yeah, my coworker showed up to work, coughing and sneezing, and I shouldn't be that fast. I was so quick, right? But then again, I mean, maybe I saw her last week. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm obviously my brain's not going to work to film this episode because for reasons. I haven't been able to breathe properly for hours now, and I've been sneezing like an asthmatic elephant. Really, like I'm just like I sound in like just like crazy amount of. It's almost as if there's just one big hole. Like I feel like I do. Like I have some sort of like snout situation, like apparatus. That's just like expelling the demons from deep within my chest. Oh gosh, it's like I'm calling Cthulhu with my face, and I just like I feel like it's been awful. It's been awful, and I was just sick like a few weeks ago. I was just sick. We just got over this, and now here I am again. Like why? I've never had this situation. Maybe I'm not sick. Maybe like I don't feel sick otherwise. It's just this is really bad out of nowhere. So I don't know if it's like a hay fever situation or if it's related to my coworker or if I don't know. I don't know. And it's the worst. It drives me crazy though. It makes me miserable. I don't know what to do about it. I feel disgusting. I have to constantly wipe my nose and or blow my nose. My eyes are obviously like super glossy. I feel like I'm dying and also like I'm not dying fast enough. And I feel like I'm summoning a creature from the depths of like I don't know, like the nether worlds, like with my face, like there's some sort of portal up my nose, and that's where like tentacles are gonna come out of. And I'm excited for them. I for one welcome our tentacle nose goo overlords as long as they put an end to my everything at this point because oh my gosh Anyway, I apologize in advance, or I apologize after the fact, depending on when future Anthony gives this to you. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I've been having a time lately. Is all. You know, but like I feel like some of it might be because of the stress of like what I was going through a couple, like the last few weeks. It's been weird. I feel like I've just been stressed out and kind of sad and just all over the place. And I think that my body is, it's like being possessed by a demon. Like I'm like in a weakened state. And the 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 microscopic demons are like, ha ha, he's weak. Let's get him. And they attack and blast their trumpets and come forward and to release their sound through my face instrument. Makes sense, right? It's a thing. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to say hi and tell you that I'm sorry that I haven't been releasing much lately. I was sick, then just going through drama, and I started feeling better. And then Atlas got sick, and then we started feeling better. And now I'm sick again. It's like this weird leapfroggy sickness situation, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I've been very busy. I made a costume for Atlas, and like I've just been like avoiding dating apps, which is like it's much easier when you look like this and feel like this, and your life is this. But at the same time, it's been a weird time. I've been very busy, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe I'm like running myself a little too ragged, like I'm just doing too much. I'm saying yes to too much. I'm taking on too much, stretching myself too thin, so thin that I'm wafer thin. I am like tissue paper thin. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, here you go. If you want to be among the tissue paper, here you go. Prepare for your new life. So anyway, I've been like that's how I've been feeling lately. Just wafer thin, like just sneezing through my own life with all this nonsense. And I need a rest. I can't even breathe. I need a rest. Well, I can't breathe out of my nose, and I am like conditioned to only breathe out of my nose. So I sit there and like, and then I don't breathe for like an hour, which is impressive. Good job, Anthony. No, it's not. My brain doesn't work. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for whatever this very short, very not entertaining episode ends up being. I hope you can all forgive us, forgive me. Maybe Stephen will. I don't know. I don't know. Steven's always amazing. He's like he is the glue and the meat. You know how you glue meat. Uh, he holds this puppet together, and I am just like the guy like pulling the strings and being like, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And the puppet's like, why? And I'm like, I'm trying to get it off. And it's like, we just let it go. And I'm like, it's glued. Remember, he has the glue and the meat. And then like it's this whole thing. So no, I'm just here. This is what we do. I'm just talking about meat glue. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. I will talk to you soon. I promise I'll make a little bit more sense or less. This all made sense if you just like piece it together. Um, Find yourself the glue meat. There's the meat in there. Piece it together. It'll make a nice picture of Steven's beautiful face and his wavy hair and me as an ostrich in the background. My head in the sand. That way you don't know it's me and Steven doesn't have to draw me again. Perfect. Anyway, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. We have to go do this soon. So wish me luck and happy Halloween. I feel so gross. I can't wait. I'm just gonna like as soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna shove these tissues in my nose and I'm just gonna like
PTFO.
Yeah, 100%. So
let's just update on things we accomplish.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. Like I just wrote basic like update real quick, talk about being sick, and then like what are we gonna do this week? Like like standard stuff. Maybe we'll touch on 5 minutes.
Do I still have time to drop a voicemail?
Yeah,
it's live now, right?
They're recording right now, so I don't.
But they can check the voicemails whenever, right?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if Sean already like queued them up or what. I mean, you could try. You want to call right now while we're sitting here?
Let's see. Have it in my contacts.
Yeah, me too. Sweet. That's what I did.
What do I say? What am I gonna say? No, that's for Daniel. Leave it at the tone. Just might play it on the show. Thanks for calling. I don't know what to say, but I know that we can't be there tonight. So I'm going to cue you up the sickest monster test song that I sing every week on Don't Make It, or on Don't Make It, on We Have Issues. And then you guys can just pick a monster, all right? Every week, Sean, Dina, and Daniel get together to talk about monsters and stuff like that, but they don't know all the answers about said monsters they're talking about. So they bust out the pamphlet, they bust out the pencils, and they all get together for a monster test. A monster test. Love you guys. Boom.
I feel like you really bring it home at the end.
Every time. Like it's just
yeah. Like I was like, even when
four notes.
Yeah, same four notes. But it's like even when you start to like lose it, and you like I can see you start feeling like, oh, okay, I don't know where I'm going with this one. Okay. And then like at the end, you find like a melody that just kind of works like real hard at the
They're
end.
not gonna care because that's a hook, baby.
That's a hook, baby. That's all it is. That's all you need. All right, what are we? 165. All right, let's record this thing so we can go lay down. Oh boy.